We are live from Johnny's Donut Studios on Victory Tuesday. Let's call it Therapeutic Tuesday today, where the Raiders came up short yesterday against your San Diego Chargers. The game was definitely one of the low spots of the season so far. Setting it up about 26 hours ago, walking to that stadium, you could feel the emotion. The Raider fans were pumped. Walking up to the stadium, you could smell the different meats in the air. The tailgates were pumping. You heard Raiders. You saw very, very little baby blue in the fans and around the neighbor. We went to the Modelo Zone right across the street from Allegiant Stadium, and it was Raiders, and it was pumped up. These fans were ready to go. And, I got into the stadium at about 5 o'clock. I like to get in early and check it out, and was watching the early game and watching the crowd roll in. They were psyched. Everybody was pumped to get this victory. We felt like we had a chance. It seemed to be that was the air was like a playoff game. And this is the first time since last year at the Carolina game that we just dominated the stadium. It was an Oakland Raider style fans game. And it was fun. It was fun to start to get in there. We're going to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. It was opening game, and the fans were in full force. There's a little girl, was just cute, right where I stand at the top of 246. It was great to see families coming in, and you could just see that the football's back. Football's back in the air, and everybody was pumped. And unfortunately, it was short-lived. So let's go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's start with the ugly. Well, last week, Geno Smith was very efficient. He was a 70% passer. And what happened yesterday is the great Dan Batesel, I was speaking with him this morning. I said, hey, what do you see? What do you see from the TV section? And he was like, it looked like Geno was playing in the mud. And that's a pretty good analogy. From what I could see live, it seemed like also Geno was a little slow. He was getting protection at the start of the game, and he was missing receivers. He was a little behind. I think Geno was pumped. I think that Geno Smith is going to be fine. This was only the third game he's ever had that kind of an interception ratio and a 50% or 50% completion rate. There was a couple of plays where he missed. He overthrew, and I think that was excitement, but he was definitely not playing within himself. I think he went past. He was going to go deep after that first interception. I think he was trying to find himself and try to put this game on his back. I wanted to show you something real quick on this video real quick. Let's take a peek.
16, fake it to Genty. Smith trying to escape, stays alive and
roll a little bit of that rush. Ball fake, no one open downfield, and just the patience, the calmness. It's a little bit risky.
So what I saw there was a big push from the middle that was coming up. The Alex Kappa was his first game. He was getting a JPJ. There was Powers Johnson was out for the game with the concussion. So we had Alex Kappa, who we got from the Cincinnati Bengals, and he was one of the least rated guards in the NFL last year, and we gave him a 2-year contract. I'm still scratching my head. And again, we cannot. This team is new. This is a new team. This is a new play. A lot of new players, new coaches, new system. The Chargers, they have been together for a year under Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is an excellent coach, as is Pete Carroll. But you have to remember, this takes a little time. So I saw a lot of fans jumping off the bandwagon per se today, and then you had the TMZ podcasters that were just throwing trash on Geno after just 2 games. I mean, I've only seen a sample size of Geno. This will go into 9 quarters going into this week against the Redskins. we're gonna see what he does, how he's gonna come back. What's he gonna do? How is he gonna play? Let's watch that video one more time, because you know what? Last week, Ashton Genty did a great job of blocking and picking up blitzes, but let's watch him right here. This was a little concerning to me, especially second game.
16, fake it to Genty. Smith trying to escape, stays alive, and
Roll a little bit of that rush. Ball fake, no one open downfield, and just the patience, the calmness. It's a little bit risky.
And Carroll said it best. We're trying to get him involved, and what ended up happening is he had a couple of other plays where he wasn't picking up the blocks, picking up the blockers, and there you go, Yuri. And so they had to bring in Dylan Lobby on some third downs, and then they also brought in Zamir White for blocking, and Zamir did a good job blocking. But basically, as we're still talking about the ugly, Gino's going to pounce back. I have complete confidence in him. I do think that the offensive line is right now is probably our Achilles heel. And I believe that they'll get that fixed up. Pete Carroll's son's the offensive line coach. We really were talking about JPJ all week and how he had a concussion, and then how he had possibly a bad game against the Patriots, but he needs to get back in there. Also, in the first half, the D-line did not get any pressure on Justin Herbert. None at all. None. And that goes to show you what a great job what a great job that the backfield did, because they were having to cover guys, 2 and 3 seconds, and you can't do that against a guy like Justin Herbert, and against an offense that's that dynamic. It surprised me that Jim Harbaugh came out without running the ball as much as he did. He came out passing, and that threw the Raiders off possibly a little bit. But our linebackers and DBs played very, very well. Kelly played very well. Stokes played well for the most part. Palamau was behind on that touchdown, but he wasn't too bad yesterday. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching him on every play. I was trying to see what kind of push we were getting. I was really high on Thomas Booker in the Patriots game, and they did a really good job against him. The D line for the Raiders were manhandled up front by the Chargers line. If you think that's right, if you remember on Friday, I said this is going to be Rob Leonard versus Jim Harbaugh, and that defensive line was manhandled on the pass. They played great against the run. Devin White, Jermaine Pratt almost had an interception, and the linebackers are looking great. Jamal Adams looked great again. Devin White, man, I love that guy. Keep it going, Devin White. The Raiders defense only gave up 3 points in the second half, and that's a good team. They are definitely listening to national media on the way home from beautiful Las Vegas back to San Diego today. They're looking at the Chargers being right up there with the Ravens and the Bills, and I believe that. I do believe that. Watching that defense last night, Jesse Minter is establishing himself as a very good D coordinator, and I don't want to keep kissing the Chargers' ass right now, but let's tip your hats to Jesse Minter. Last year, the Chargers were a team that had the least amount of big plays and the number one scoring defense, and their DBs looked like they were in our pockets. Gino did miss some throws over the middle. I think Carroll talked about that. If anybody listened to Pete Carroll's press conference today, he was talking about that, and even last night, that there was some plays over the middle that he missed. Jacoby Myers played a really, really good game, and when the ball gets into his hand, things happen. We need to give Ashton Genty the ball, but again, Carroll said he's going to ease him in, and I can see why. Well, there was a play where Genty went the wrong way in the first quarter, and then he missed several blocks on blitzes, so that'll get cleaned up. The bad, well, let's talk about the bad, but let's watch the bad first, because I don't ever like to put this on there, but Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, welcome to silver and black football. You're not playing for the Chiefs. You're not playing for the Chiefs or the Patriots. This is what happens when you play for the Raiders.
This looks like a potential late hit, huh? Like, that's...
It's to your Tart.
Come on now.
Well, he smacked with an open palm.
Okay. That was one. I saw 2 PIs that possibly weren't called. And again, the Chargers were playing good defense. And I think sometimes the refs will not, they just don't want to call it. Look at Lionel. Right on Lionel. It's not the Raiders' fault. The Charger team is just that team. You know what? You got to tip your hats. But I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to smack that ass when we go to SoFi. So you got us this time, but we're going to get you next time. I really do believe that we were close enough. We were close. Even in the typical Charger fashion, they're trying to give the game away with 3 minutes left. They're like, hey, I don't know if we want this game. See the playoff game versus the Jaguars. The Chargers have to get over that snipe. But anyway, that's their problem, not my problem. Yes, Alan, I agree with that wholeheartedly. There were some very bad non-calls. But you know what? That's a part of the game. And that's you know what? You're not gonna be 100%. And if you're a Raider, you understand that you're not getting the calls. And if it's people can say the conspiracy thing, I don't know what it is. It seems like ever since Davis took the Raiders to court over moving to LA, it just seems like it's just been that way. And here we go. From a 49er fan. Look at this guy. I thought to talk to him. It's never good when your punter is the MVP of the game. Well, both punters, Dan. Both punters were in the game. If the Raiders, we're going back to the bad. What did I put for the bad? The bad was that it was Monday night. The Raider fans were in the house. And yes, 3 picks. Yes, Wish. 3 picks. 3 picks. One, they said that wasn't his fault. Those 3 picks were his fault. I did see Geno Smith looking. He didn't look receivers off last night. Did not look receivers off last night. Okay. Real quick, if you guys are on Facebook right now, and I see some of you are on Facebook, do me a favor. Can you go to subscribe at YouTube at Mad Bomber Podcast? And the reason I'm saying that, and I'm going to say it right now, because this show is dedicated to Raider Dad. And if you could take a quick snapshot of that, and I know how many subscribers I have before the show. I'd like to see a lot more after the show. And this is Josh Camonite. He's the leader of Raider Dad, and we're going to talk about that more and more. I got to talk to him today. And next Tuesday, we're going to have a segment on Raider Dad. He's been bringing kids to the game that have never been to a game. And this guy did it because he thought it was so cool that he brought his kids to the game. And it's kind of like a thing he likes to do with his family. And plus, being from Vegas, Josh is from Vegas. He wants to get the Raiders. He wants to get the Raider fans in Vegas interest in the Raiders and make it more of a home field advantage, because we really do need that. So guys, if you could do that for me, that would be great. And as soon as this show will be monetized, it will be monetized. It's growing. The people came up to me last night and at the top of 246 and said they like the show. So back to the show. That's Josh. This guy works tirelessly for nothing, $1, and all he does is send families to Raider games. And he has a great come on, Johnny, talk tailgate right before the game for these guys. This guy's a saint, and he's a really good dude. Also, the good. Let's talk about the good. The good is fans were there last night, all in black. These Raider fans were just they were into it. This game this game was important to us, and we didn't win the game. But you know what? The defense looked good, and I believe we were on our way up. That wasn't a game that bothered me like last year when we lost to Carolina in the first game and just got destroyed by Andy Dalton. This is a different team, and I was watching the game. We were never in control of that game. Never were we in control of that game. That game was out of control from the first play of the game with the pick. We were playing catch up the whole game. So it was something that I want you guys to, if I'm a real Raider fan, and I am a real Raider fan, I look at the positives out of this game, and the positive is this defense is getting better, and that's what you need. You need to run the football, which we haven't done yet, and you need to play defense. And I'm gonna make this show's gonna be a little short tonight. I just got back from Vegas. I got to hang out with Mr. Allen and my son Kyle, and going back to Raider Dad, I got to hang out with my son yesterday and my son this weekend, and our fat asses went to Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace, and there was Raider fans all over Vegas this weekend, and it was nice. And there was this one Raider fan that came up from Dublin, and I want to play this real quick, and then I'll end on a few other comments. But this was really nice for me, and I want to share it with you guys.
Hey, this is Johnny at Mad Bomber Podcast. I got Anthony from Dublin. Woo, Dublin, baby. Anthony's Dublin in the house. We got East Bay. You go to Johnny's Donuts?
Yes, I do. Give me a donut. I love it. Apple fritter.
Oh, killer donut for my big buddy. I want to know tonight, Anthony. Obviously, we know who's going to win. What's the final score?
I got the Raiders in a tough game, covered, getting 3.5. I got the Raiders 34, scored a lot of points. Chargers 30.
34-30. 34-30. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching, all right?
So I got a couple of people that came up. It wasn't a ton of people, but a few people came up and they were talking highly about, especially the guests I've had. Everybody was telling me what a great job the guests were. And then here we go, the Souzas. Here we go. Anytime you talk food, the Souzas come in. It's like they wake up from the dead. They get out of their caskets. I love that. So guys, we're gonna have a great show on Friday. Sorry, the content was. I just got home from Vegas. And again, it was such a great time this weekend. I was fired up. The Canelo fight, Crawford fight, was there on Saturday night, and I got to see a lot of the guys talk to the people about the Canelo fight, and people were pumped about the way that Allegiant Stadium presented the fight. So I can just tell you, things are looking up for this team. If you haven't been to a Raider game in Allegiant Stadium, please, you got to get there and support this team. And if you are in Las Vegas, keep up the faith. We're going to be just fine. This team is going to surprise you. This team is going to surprise you. And again, thank you very much for watching Mad Bomber Podcast. I'm going to leave this up here, and please subscribe. Any penny I get out of this show is going to Raider Dad. Raider Dad is the greatest nonprofit that I've ever been a part of. I'm actually going to donate 2 of my 4 tickets to Raider Dad for the Jaguars game, and I would like to see we're going to get some donations to these guys from Mad Bomber Podcast. So we'll see you on Friday, 7:00 Pacific time. I get a lot of, hey, what time? It's going to always be 7:00. All right, guys, let's say go Raiders.
Now it's Siani to the left. Biletnikoff to the right against Marsalis. Back is Lamonica. Throws for Biletnikoff. Touchdown Raiders! Biletnikoff is having words right now with Marsalis. Fred caught that ball after quite a physical battle with Marsalis in the right corner of the end zone. He went on out of the end zone, and then instead of slamming the ball into the turf, he ran back in about 10 yards to where Marsalis was and defiantly slammed it in the turf in front of Marsalis. The two tight ends are lined up as tight ends. Back goes Darrell to pass. He's looking for Smith, but instead goes down the middle. Chester, touchdown Raiders! Holy Toledo! What a great ball! 19 yards and a Raider touchdown to make it 22-3. Chester had gotten free at the 5 and was all alone in the end zone 2 yards in. The Chargers now have a brilliant opportunity to put this game away. Here's Williams to the left, Garrison to the right, flanks right, Charlie Smith out to the left as a wingback, leaves only one back to block, that's Hubbard. LaMonica back, gets fine blocking, now he throws down the middle, Branch at the 20. Branch at the 18, tripped up, keeps going, reverses to the 15, he's at the 10, he dances down to the 9-yard line. First and goal to go Raiders. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go, and hang on to your hats. Branch is still in. He goes to the right, slotted inside Boletnikoff. 5 defensive backs in there. LaMonica gives to Smith, sending him to the left. He's got Upshaw in front. He's at the 5. He's at the 2. It's a touchdown Raiders! Charlie Smith from 9.5 yards out. Oakland has gone in. Clarence Davis is in for Charlie Smith. He's a deep threat on pass reception. Back goes Stabler to pass, steps away from the rush. He's going to run up the left side. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!